What's up, everybody? Welcome to the hashtag after party. This time it's a Stargirl Legends after party, although
it was originally intended to be. Now it's hashtag drama alert.
Right. Now it's hashtag Batwoman drama alert. I get it. Anyway, it's the after party. If you're watching this on playback, we're gonna talk spoilers and stuff about Batwoman and some of the other shows. The finale for Batwoman, which now I don't even know if that's as exciting as the news we got, I guess. And I'll talk a little bit about the Supergirl finale as well, because I'm sure people have questions for that. If you guys want to watch, if you're watching this on playback again, all my reviews for both finales are up for Batwoman and Supergirl. So go over and check those out. I also have my review for Legends and my review for the premiere of Stargirl episode 1 up and ready to go. And I believe Pagey, yours is up as well for Stargirl.
Yes,
it is. So go over and check those out. Hello, everybody who's in the live chat. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be chit-chatting about all the stuff that you guys are expecting us to talk about, including the Batwoman news. And speaking of that, we have a super chat already before it goes away into oblivion. And this is from a while ago. Victor D. Chinchilla, I don't even know if you're here now. $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. He said, is Ruby Rose under contract to film the remainder of the season 1 episodes when they are set to go? I would say no.
No, I don't think because there's no more season 1 episodes and now season 2.
Yeah. Her contract is done. Well, I mean, whatever contract was left has been severed, obviously, at this point. So I would say no. She doesn't have to do anything, really, I don't think. They pretty much parted ways. I mean, you saw the news. She's out, and everybody wished everybody well, and there we go. So thank you for the super chat. We have another one here from Connor Reed. Let me go down. This one is a $10 or $9.99 super chat. He goes, what's up? Thank you, Connor, for being part of Team Airrick. I see the little symbol there. So the Arrowverse hasn't done organization so well, but how would you rank them? League of Assassins, Hive, Ninth Circle, Black Hole, Cadmus. Oh, Jesus. That's not even all of them. That's just a handful of them. I'd have to do a whole separate video on that. But that's a good idea. I would say out of the ones you have in front of me, I think League of Assassins is probably number 1 in terms of like how they handled it, because I feel like that was a good returning storyline. And then maybe the Children of Liberty. All the rest of them are kind of forgetful for me.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me? You think those were the best ones?
It's probably League, then the Children. Mm-hmm. Man, honestly, you could pick any of them, any other order after that, and I don't think anyone would stand up to it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, so let me reiterate this, and we're probably going to be repeating this like several times throughout this live stream. Ruby Rose has officially quit Batwoman. She's walking away from the project. I haven't seen anybody else leaving yet. It's just Ruby, and it seems like everyone is sort of being very respectful. So I don't know if there's any hashtag drama with that. I mean, if there is, it doesn't seem like it right now. I have some theories on why I think she left based on like what information we have, and we'll talk about those a little bit. Have you thought much about it at all, Pagey? About what do you think the reasons?
I think there's 2 things that I think collide together, and that's the reason that she left.
So we have a super chat here from Anthony Beltry. He says Stephanie Beatriz as Batwoman. She is reading. So wait, are we getting confirmed like castings now?
No, that's the actress who plays Rosa on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She tweeted out. I retweeted it. It was she tweeted, reads everything about Batwoman. So I don't know if that means she just read the stuff on Twitter, or she's like, "Oh, I'll be Batwoman." So I retweeted it. It's got everyone's like, "Do it."
Well, that's interesting. Guys, we started a little bit early. I think it was like 7 minutes before normal start time, which is fine. I think we had a few people here. So just in case you're wondering, I saw a comment about starting early. We did. Oh, wait. So we had another cast member tweeted about it. So I don't know. I didn't see his. Let's see what he has to say about Ruby. He says,
I farted.
He says, family, those whose hearts are breaking, break mine. What's important, we have season 2. We'll work our freaking butts off to give you an amazing season 2 that continues to represent the LGBTQA plus communities as well as people of color. We'll keep it going strong. Believe that. I love you guys. So he's committed, obviously. I was worried that some of the other secondary cast members may actually walk out and not stick around, but That doesn't seem to be the case. So one of my theories, and maybe this is one of yours, is she didn't want to commit to like another 6 years on the show. I think that's a lot of commitment for somebody at Ruby's level. She's been in movies and stuff. I think that's a pretty big commitment. And maybe that's why. You know, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's because, and this is an issue when it comes to any type of TV show that has a long schedule, especially when you're filming out of, like if Batwoman filmed in LA, I think she'd stay on.
Right.
But the issue is that it films in Vancouver. She's away. Like she gets to go back, and she can go back on the weekends. But like it films from start to end is about 9 months roughly, and then including breaks, she's probably filming for about 7.5, like in regards to actual time.
Yeah,
that's a long time to be away, and I think she like that. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. She just want to commit for that long of being Vancouver. As I said, I think if it filmed in LA, should stay, and I think that's the same for Supergirl with Melissa Benoist. I think if it filmed in LA, she'd be like, "Oh, sweet, I'll be on here as long as you want." There's no issue.
Because when you're in LA, allows you to do other projects close by.
Well, it just allows you to live at home as well. It allows you to live at home, and you can go out with your friends at night, like not castmates, but your actual friends, and do your own thing. But when you're in Vancouver, it's almost like being on school camp.
Yeah.
You're being on a work trip, but it's not a work trip for a weekend. It's a work trip for the majority of the year.
Yeah. So
you're out of in some cases, you'd be out of your comfort zone. It wouldn't surprise me if she was out of her comfort zone for a lot of it. So, and she probably didn't realize that it was going to be like that. Like, I'm pretty sure she was told, oh, by the way, you're filming for this much of the year. You're probably going to get a 20+ episode season. Or that was what the original plan was. But it's different from hearing about it to actually experiencing it. Because you hear it from all the actors, but when they do it, they go, yeah, that first season is tough. Because not only are you getting used to a new job, a new character, a new type of show, and Ruby's never worked consistently on TV. Like, she's been on TV shows, but nothing that consistent with that screen time. So it would have been a major learning curve for her. And then she went all through that stuff where she had the injury, the surgery, that tied together, that delayed production. Honest, and then we'll jump to it in a second, but that would have been one hell of a premiere season for her in regards to being the lead of a TV show. And then when we tied into regards to all the controversy that started in like August, I want to say, I think it was when she got cast, or September of 2018, almost 2 years ago. I think it was back then. Obviously deleted her Twitter. Well, I guess we'll come back to Twitter in a second. But deleted the Twitter, faced all that backlash for apparently not being gay enough, which didn't realize it was a spectrum. I rate 10 out of 10 on the gaydar. Like, wow, how'd you figure that out? And just, yeah, and obviously since the show's premiered or just the trailer started, like, she's deleted Twitter and she silenced Instagram comments, but she still has access to the internet. I'm sure she would be. It's your show. You're not just going to completely ignore what people think about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be caring about it, to be completely honest. You'd be like, hey, what do people think of this, and various things like this. So you look it up, and God forbid, or Bebo forbid, she typed in Batwoman into YouTube and saw the cesspool, let's be completely honest, of, well, I don't even know what you'd call them, things. That might be a compliment. Things.
We've talked about this. It's hard to put out. It was hard to do any kind of like unbiased or positive content about Batwoman because it gets drowned out by so many negative videos, and it kind of falls into that algorithm. And if you're not crapping all over the show, people tend to like not click. So it's just, it was tough. And you're right. I mean, totally. The other thing I thought, and several people mentioned this in the chat, is I think she wants to do more movies as well. And it's tough when you're doing 22, 23 episodes a season on a show.
Pretty much impossible.
Right.
Unless you're doing indies. Like, they're usually the movies you can do is indie movies or small roles in movies.
Yeah. So, it's pretty rough here. We got a couple super chats. 199 super chat from DC Prime TV. Guys, think Luke could become Batwing sooner now? I think it's the opposite. Yeah. I think now we're going to have to focus on a new Kate sort of acclimating to the show. And I think they're going to push back a lot of the stuff they were going to do early, because now you have to like let fans sort of learn who this new Kate is. Because even if she's written the same way, it's a different actor and they're coming in and she's got to come in and sort of like get chemistry between characters.
Yeah.
So I think this might have put a wrench in the gears for a lot of their plans.
That's pretty much what it's going to be. So they'll write scenes where obviously not Ruby, sorry, where Kate gonna have to get used to that, but where Kate's gonna have to interact with characters more often than you would expect in a season 2.
Yeah.
So they'll have her. It's gonna be weird as well because they're gonna have to get that character, or sorry, the actor who comes in, to have some sort of back and forth with the guy that plays Jacob, because that's going to be a big thing in season 2. So they're going to have to try and get that early on. And I reckon that's probably the biggest difficulty, because that's probably the relationship that's probably going to matter the most in season 2. That there was, like, the father-daughter relationship, but obviously there's some betrayal there. And so is Batwoman. So I think it's the opposite.
I think Kate was building chemistry with Mary too. Ruby was they were starting to sort of get this bond
like that,
together.
Yeah, so. Like I think that's the thing. Like most, and anyone that watched the whole season, is that Ruby really, like, I think she was good as Batwoman from the get go. I think that's why she was cast. I think, but Kate, obviously she struggled with it at the beginning. But I think as we go into that final third of the season, I think you're in with her as Kate. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'm good with this. There was obviously some scenes where you're like, it's a bit dodgy, but overall, she was solid as Kate. If not,
I mean, for just a couple of exceptions, I was really happy with how she had grown into that role at the end of the season. And I even said that this last episode was probably the best that she had been as Kate. So non-Batwoman video related question here. Adam Grunther with the 1.9 super chat. Do you think Icicle will be Stargirl's big bad? I think we're gonna have more than one quote unquote big bad in Stargirl. Icicle, I think, he could be a major player down the road. I mean, we have several people left in the Injustice Society that we're working with that could be the big bads. I think it's ultimately going to be a combo of like the remaining Injustice members and probably their kids. So I think that's what we're going to see. She's going to be dealing. So my theory is she'll be dealing with the Injustice people, like the parents, as Stargirl, and she'll be dealing with the kids at school with their antics. So we'll have like a balance of the two things on the show. Any thoughts on that at all, Pagey?
I think there actually is a singular big bad, and we haven't met him yet.
Okay.
Even in the first 3 episodes, you don't meet him.
Okay.
But I really reveal the gender, but his child goes to Courtney's school. That's all I'll say.
So
I think if you've read Stars and Stripes, you know exactly where I'm going.
Okay, all right. I haven't finished that. I just read the first issue. So.
Yeah, if you want to hint as to it, you can read Stars and Stripes on DC Universe. You'll know exactly what I mean by that.
Naruto 0076 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He goes, with Arrowverse not coming back till 2021, what do you think the episode count will be for next season? I'm thinking maybe 13 to 18 episodes for each show. This seems to be a burning question right now, and no one really knows 100%. What they're going to be.
All hearsay.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like Mark Pedowitz is committed to giving as many episodes as he can to each show. So I don't think you'll see them cut back on a show unless they absolutely have to.
It's important to remember they're taking a big L on 2020 in that back half. Like they're paying for shows which probably aren't going to get a lot of viewership outside of maybe Swamp Thing, but even then, who knows? Because people could just watch that now if they wanted to. Yeah. So they're taking an L there. I wouldn't be surprised if they just clog the hell out of 2021 and make bucket loads. We
may not see breaks in seasons. We may see shows like overlapping with each other, like as they're coming out to try and maximize revenue. So,
well, I think there might be like a month or a month and a half where there'll be nothing, which would be like September and maybe back half of August. But I reckon they'll just clog it. I reckon they'll just clog it.
Chainsaw Reacts in the chat. Hello, how are you doing? We need to get you into an after party. So you have to let me know when it's good for you. I know you said it's not really a good time. Let me know when it's good for you. He said, so today was one of the craziest days in a while involving the Arrowverse. It absolutely was. Actually, we had, I was excited for the Stargirl premiere. I've been waiting a while for it to come out and everything. So I was excited for that. And then as we're in the process of doing that, we get the news about Ruby, and it all sort of just kind of crashed on top of each other. So yeah, absolutely a crazy day for the Arrowverse. All right, so I think we're caught up on the super chats at the moment, you guys. If I missed any, let me know. So I think another thing we have to remember is recasting of a primary character on a show, or like the star of the show. I think in that sense, we're talking about like a major thing that doesn't usually happen. If a lead of a show leaves, typically the show gets canceled.
Well, sort of. It's either that or just someone takes it on. Like if you look at, I know the show just uses, like if you look at The Office, like Steve Carell left after 7 seasons, I think, and then they had 2 seasons after that. But they just replaced his like role on the show with an already existing character. But with Batwoman, with pretty much any superhero show, you can't really do that because usually, and I know technically with The Office, Steve Carell was like the face of it all. But with any sort of superhero thing, it's really hard to do that. Like, who do like, that was my biggest fear, was that when I was reading that article, I was like, oh god, they're gonna make like Julia Pennyworth's gonna get the red wig or something like that. That's what I was thinking at first. Like, oh god, please don't do that.
Yeah.
But then it said like they're recasting the role, which is a task and a half, because people were pointing this out on Twitter, and I completely agree with it. Ruby Rose has a really distinctive look and style. Like Kate has the tattoos.
Yeah.
Are they going to ignore the tattoos? Is that what's going to happen? Yeah. Or is the person who gets cast have to have tattoos? Or they're going to have fake tattoos put on, which is like a task and a half. Like, and that's yeah. Like I think Ruby even said like sometimes like if they were doing certain scenes, she'd be in the makeup chair for like an hour and a half getting the tattoo stuff covered up, like getting like the makeup over her skin to cover up certain tattoos, because some of the stuff's like copywritten. So it's like stuff from like games and they have to cover it up for some reason.
Right.
So I don't know, the recasting process is going to be interesting, if we can say that, but God, talk about off-season drama.
It's going to be so weird. Like, again, it has happened before. We've seen characters recast, but I think the show was literally designed around Ruby, right? I mean, that was kind of the thing, right? I mean, I'd heard rumors that she was the person that they had pictured as Kate Kane as Batwoman before they even started like developing the show, basically.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Like, I'd be intrigued to see what the casting process for Ruby would have been, because from what it sounds like, they approached her, but then it sounds like she was really interested in the project to begin with anyway. So, like, I've seen people say like she wasn't interested in the project. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. Like, she obviously would have showed some interest. Like, you can tell like when she did the interview where, like I think she did Jimmy Kimmel or something, like the day or something that the casting was announced. Like, she obviously like was stoked to have it and was excited for the role.
Right.
But like,
it's gonna be weird.
Like, there's a couple of questions that come with it. It's like what made her decide this? When did she decide? I'm actually intrigued to see when she made this decision. Was it made before they wrapped up filming, or was it because they went to like this whole lockdown quarantine thing and shut down a production, where she was sitting there and she had time to think? Like, that could be the big thing. She had time to think. And it's not surprising it's coming before the end of May. Because that's usually when a lot of stuff would happen. Usually once you start getting into June, July, they're writing stuff. They're getting, the ball starts rolling. And it can be too late. Like, no, we can't let you go and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, so she had to get out immediately. She's like, I got to go. So.
Yeah.
King Goat with the 199 super chat. He goes, hey, Pagey and Eric. Hello. Thank you for the support, King Goat. We have the Chalk King. Here's somebody challenging me for the title. With a $2 super chat. Stargirl, easily the best superhero pilot, period. Okay, we'll shift for a second. I love the Stargirl pilot. I think it's one of the best pilots we've had on the CW. And yeah, I agree. One of the best pilots we've had in a really long time. So Stargirl, to me, has a completely different feel from some of the other shows on the Arrowverse, but it fits so well into the Arrowverse. Extended Arrowverse, because she is on Earth too. So what did you think about I mean, I know what you thought of it, but going back and because you watched it live again with all the cuts and stuff, what did you think of it on the CW compared to DC Universe?
Like, you can notice the cuts, but they're not. The only one I was sort of like, oh, why'd you cut that? Was the conversation when that Courtney and Pat have on the way to school for the first day. And he's sort of telling her about like, oh, my dad was my best friend because we kept moving around and stuff. And it was sort of like setting up that bond that they're going to have. So that was a weird cut. The other cuts was just when they were like, it was like they were cutting certain parts of the scenes. So like when Courtney first got the staff and stuff, they cut out the middle of that scene roughly when she goes to the trunk and you see the files. You don't see that. and various things like that. So
I wonder if that was they considered redundant because later on it's going to be a thing.
I think it's more just like, is it necessary for the overall show? And it's like the answer's probably no.
Yeah,
the answer's probably no. So yeah, the only one that I was like, oh, you cut that was the that thing where they're going on the first day of school, because they kept like heaps of the first 15 minutes. Like that's pretty much the DC Universe thing, apart from I think they cut out like a bit of the car journey, a bit, and you can sort of hear it in the music. It sort of skips a beat. And I think they cut out when they first get to the house or something like that. You don't see. Oh, I know when the removalist truck goes into the house or something like that. It's something like that. They cut that out because you don't see the truck once.
Right.
But hopefully, I'm hoping that episode 3 onwards is all like 40 odd minutes, because episode 3 is 44 minutes or 43 minutes, which is CW length.
Yeah.
Especially when you take out that DC intro with like the cartoon that they use in the movies. So yeah, because I don't think you can do it consistently throughout the season where you're cutting out stuff, especially when you head into like the final handful of episodes. Most of the stuff there I think would be relevant, so I don't think you can be cutting out too much. Right. But I think they could get away for it this episode. And I already was talking about it. I think we were talking about it last week. I already know there's a good couple of scenes they can cut from episode 2. So I'm not too worried about episode 2. But episode 1,
the ones you think they're going to cut are the ones that actually get.
They'll probably keep the ones I think they're going to. Well, they kept the scene where they on the CW one where they're walking down the street for the first time and going to that restaurant. I thought that was a scene they were definitely going to cut from episode 1. It was the only one I could really think of that they were going to cut. They've cut some other ones here. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But that one I thought was definitely going to be one that they cut, and they kept it. And I was like, oh, really? Because that goes on for like a minute or something, and it doesn't really add anything outside of everyone being nice, unless that's a plot point going forward that everyone's under control. Which, let's be honest, wouldn't be too much of a surprise. But who knows?
Josh Z with a super chat. Sorry, guys, if I'm missing some of the chat here. I was impressed with Breck as the lead in Stargirl. Yeah, I mean, I think, the benefit of coming into a character who is kind of a reboot or a remake of the character is if you have a different kind of energy and you bring that into the character, I think it shows on the shows. Whereas if you're trying to be a copy of somebody else's version of a character, I think it can come off as disingenuous. And I feel like her Stargirl was different from the other Stargirls that we've seen. So I really enjoyed that. And I think she's going to be good. So I'm really happy to have her on the show. Chot King with the $2 super chat. Pagey, why? Okay, you can answer this one. Why are people getting mad at you?
Why are people not mad at me? People, I don't know. People just. Is it because I'm too stylish, Eric? Is it because I'm too stylish?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah, it might be because of the large brain. People might be quite jealous of the large brain. So, yeah, no. Well, actually, the only people that are getting mad was West Allen. Hold on, let's bring that up. Okay. Rewind back to Ruby Rose for a bit.
All right.
So I tweeted about like how Ruby Rose getting hate was stupid, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you did that to Candace Patton." And I was like, link me one tweet, one singular tweet or video or Instagram or iMessage or MSN message or Skype call, whatever it is. Link me one where I direct any sort of.
Show me the receipts, basically.
Yeah, show me the receipt of any foul play or hate or anything to Candace Patton, not Iris as a character, because that's on the writers. That's on the writers. There's nothing on Candace there, because I've always said Candace is a good actress, but she's given holy crap terrible material half the time. Yeah, not one. The one thing they sent me, and I remember back to it. It was when I think were getting hate on Twitter or something, and I responded to you with the GIF of Candace at some conference or something.
That was a big one, because that kind of overflowed. It also stuck around on me as well.
Yeah, because you were tagged in it.
yeah, I remember that.
And they were using that. I was like, I can't remember the context I used that in. I think it was just like Eric was getting hate, so I used that. But I think I'd used a Candace one before, and you used a Candace one back at me, so I did that one. Obviously, my bad. Should have used another one, and I got labeled a racist because of that.
Well, it's because
that was it.
They said that it was from she was speaking about something at a conference or something, and
it was about like
whatever.
I can't remember because I'm sure the video is out there, but I've only ever seen that thing there with the GIFs and pictures, I guess. But I'm guessing it was at like some Pallyfest or TCA or something like that. But yeah, and that was it.
I
nothing else.
have never once ever advocated going after an actor or an actress over a role that they're playing.
Yeah.
I've never advocated that. They are doing their job. They're given the words that the writers give them, and then they go on stage and they act out however the director wants them to act. They're doing a job. I would never, ever advocate that. And I don't understand why people cannot separate a character being portrayed on TV and an actor or an actress who is playing that character. Because I can dislike a character. How many actors have played villains that are absolutely horrible? And you've been like, I hate that villain. He's such a bad villain, you know? And you're not saying that that person playing that villain is a bad person. So it only happens when people seem to have this connection with like the actors and actresses and not being able to separate them from the art. It's a very weird thing. And that happens a lot with the stan community or people that are into shipping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They seem to latch onto that and they think of the actor or actress that they love as the character on the show. And that's not the same thing.
Like a big thing is like, well, I guess the West Allen thing would go in there. Like, I think it's a big debate that probably goes with it. Like, because I think Felicity's stuff gets tied into as well, the Olicity people, especially when you had like the whole them trying to make it as if Emily Bett Rickards and Stephen Amell were actually a couple, various things like that. And I know that happens with Candace and Grant a lot. I know it's like the grandest thing, but it doesn't happen as much as the other one, which was, I think it was Stemley. But then to go just like to the singular person outside of the ship as well, they struggle to distinguish between the two or separate the two. It's just
you're not doing so. The news flash of that is you're not doing the actors any favors for somehow perpetuating this idea that criticism about a character reflects on them as a real person.
Let's be honest. If we weren't hard on the things that were happening with not only Iris in season 4, but also Felicity, they would have been in the same positions going into seasons. If no one was complaining about Iris being in Team Flash, which they were going, yes. If we weren't going, this is freaking stupid. How is this happening? She would still be there. There would be no Central City citizen.
Changes get made when people complain about stuff. That's why that happens. So
if no one shat, there's the demonetization gone. If no one shat on Arrow season 4, do we really think season 5 would have been as good as it was?
No, season 5 was like a masterpiece after season 4. So
like like if no one was that critical on season 4 and was like, Guggenheim, wake up, Dreamtime is over. Holy crap. We don't get season 5. They probably do. Oh God, Damien Dark probably gets resurrected and he's got like a chainsaw hand. I don't know what he's got, some sort of fire breathing technique, and we're like, what the hell is this?
They would have been patting themselves on the back. We did so good with Damien Dark,
and Oliver defeats him with like an arrow that turns into a transformer, that turns into a machete, that turns into a machine gun at the same time.
No,
would have been ridiculous.
It's true.
That's the whole point. People improve when you criticize. It sounds bad. You might go, but you got to put something down to let it rise up. Nothing's ever at its top.
Yeah.
But obviously, for certain people, especially the shippers, that character is always a 10. It's like, well, most of the time it's probably a 3, but this time around it's good like 8.5. If you don't criticize, you're not going to improve. Eric, your beard looks terrible. Please fix it up. Holy crap, that looks terrible.
Okay.
Oh my, seriously. God, sorry to the Eric beard stands that are now going to come at me on Twitter.
I know, they're going to be triggered and they're going to attack you now. Prepare for the onslaught. So the Chalk King here, Chalk King here, King of the Chalk, not me. This is the Chalk King. With a $5 super chat goes, it just me here to Stargirl feel like I'm watching a DC movie that's fun like Shazam, like it has that level of quality, especially with the music. Yes, I agree with that. I don't know how it's like, I don't understand how we can have these shows like Stargirl, which started out as a DC Universe exclusive, have this level of quality compared to the other stuff we get. Because some of it, like, it's always hit or miss. Because you look at Titans and newsflash, Titans quality compared to like Swamp Thing and Stargirl is nothing, honestly. I don't understand. It's like it's a hit or miss thing for me. And I think Stargirl does feel like a movie. It does feel at that level. The question is, are we going to see this through the whole season? Is it going to be like this all the way through the whole season?
Oh, if you're based off the first 3, then yes.
King Goat, 199 super chat. Will Smith should play Kate. No response on that one. No response on that one. NBA Sizzle Reels, $2 super chat. How much do lead actors make per episode roughly? It's different for everybody. If they've got a really good deal, I think it's like what? Like for the CW, I would say, isn't it like?
It's like bordering 100.
Yeah, I was gonna say per episode.
See,
what
like,
is it like?
The thing with the CW stuff is that the CW is notorious for having really high-paying first seasons. So, like, if you're the first season actor on like one of the DC shows, you'll get more than someone that was on like This Is Us.
Right.
That show's massive, gets multi-million viewers each episode. But they get paid less. They got paid less in this first season. I think it was. I don't think season 2, but maybe season 2. But definitely their first season than a CW actor on a lead would be on their first season, like Ruby or Melissa or Grant or anything like that.
Someone was saying that some of the supporting actors don't make that much money because
no, I don't think
they
like
make more money doing like conventions and things like that than they do off of the episode.
Yeah, so you get the name and then you can go do it. But like, I think the notorious thing with the CW is that you don't get upgrades and pay for a while. But like on This Is Us, for example, just using another network show, you'll get paid. You'll get upgrades and pay each season, but CW won't get it for a while. I don't know how many. I don't know if it's till the end of their contract, like when they got say season 7, or if it's like, season 4 or something. I'm not too sure what happens there, but I just know that they notoriously get paid a lot at the beginning, but it doesn't improve for a while.
Staggerforth, the 190 super chat, he goes, I hear Cobalt Blue is coming to the season 7 of Flash. True, it's looking that like it's pointing in that direction. Like I feel like that's the way it's going. I'm gonna make a video about it this week, and I know that Pagey, you put a video up recently about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was gonna put you chocking in it, but it got copyrighted for some reason. I'm not too sure why.
Karan Dev says Ruby Rose cannot act. I don't need to watch the show to know that. She's fine as a side character, but not as a main one. So one of the things I said about Ruby is we've talked about this over the last few weeks is I felt like Ruby never really settled into Kate for me until the very end of the season. As Batwoman, she's been fine. Anybody who says, and I will say this directly, that she wasn't good in the suit as Batwoman, I don't see that. To me, I feel like she was a really good Batwoman. I mean, she is the first person to really portray the character, but I think she did just fine as Batwoman, as that character. A lot of that is action-based or stunt work. So, she looked the part. I think as Kate, she struggled a bit. I can't speak to everything Ruby Rose has done. You would know more about Ruby than I would because she has done shows over in Australia. So you would know more about her acting than I have. I've seen her in like one other show and one other movie, I think, and that's it. So has she done anything big over there? Or is it mostly reality TV stuff or whatever?
Like she did, like she was on MTV. She was like a VJ, so like the video jockey thing. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like, and here's Snoop Dogg with Chalk Central. So there's the new song, and she'd lead to it, and she'd host a lot of stuff for MTV, like and do interviews and stuff. Mm. Then she was a host on, like, was she a host? Or maybe she was just a person on it, like Australia's Next Top Model, because she used to be a model. Mm-hmm. She was on that. I remember that.
Australia's Next Top Model, was she really?
Yeah. I don't think she was. I think she was a host because I don't think she was a. But then again, she might have been a judge because she was a model in the past. But she was very young then. Like she's only 34, but she's been working since like mid 2000s or something like that. Like she started working really young. But then she was on a show called The Project, but she was only there for, funnily enough, like I think a season, and then left. And I think that's when she came over here came over here as if I'm in America, but she went over to America. And then I think started doing like just DJ stuff, and then she went into like acting. Yeah, it was like a weird road, but like she wasn't in anything like dramatic. Like she wasn't acting over here.
Yeah.
From what I know, at least. No, she wasn't. I don't think she was. It was all like like hosting or various things like that. I can't remember if she was in it. I don't think she was in anything in regards to like.
She's had a very lucrative reality show career over in Australia, then basically.
Yeah. Like that's what it was. Like that. When I remember watching, the first thing I remember seeing her in was Orange Is the New Black, and I was like, "Hold on, you're acting now?" I was like, "Oh, that's Ruby Rose."
That's the first show I saw her in. That's why I said I've seen her in one show, and I saw her in The Meg, and she was in John Wick 2, I think. or 3.
Yeah, no, there's 2.
One of those, but wasn't a speaking part, so she
was like a
didn't
mute assassin sort of thing.
Yeah,
yeah. Because I remember saying, I was like, "What the hell? You're acting now? It's a bit random."
Mike Coran here with the comment. Probably shows my age, but whenever I saw Amy Smart, I kept thinking of her in Road Trip. I think like Luke Wilson and Amy Smart are both there to sort of pull that nostalgia out. I think that's why they were there anyway. And I think those are 2 really, like Amy Smart and Luke Wilson are both extremely good scores, I think, for the show, because I think they work out really well. What would you say about that?
Yeah, I completely and utterly agree.
There was a super chat here. Oh, 2 of them. King Goat 199 super chat. What I want to know is how she got out of her contract. I don't think she was on a multi-season contract, right?
Yeah, she was probably on a unique one where she had 1 season, but there was like an extension. It was an option, but it was her option. Mm-hmm. So even if they hated her,
probably how they got her to commit to it in the first place. Was
it something that she asked for, maybe, or it was, I don't know. It's because I don't think that's usually the case with any of them, but that's probably what the case was. And I'm sure we're going to hear more and more and more about this, because it usually doesn't come out at first. I'm sure there'll be an interview.
Because they're all trying to play nice right now. That's the thing. Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
No one wants to be the bad guy, and I'm sure we'll see something come out. I don't know, maybe when they cast the new person or something, or just when she wants to reveal it. So it'll be interesting, because I think there's probably like a couple of angles that come from it. I am curious to see how that conversation would have gone with the Warner Brothers people. Like, oh, I don't want to do it.
I wonder how long the back and forth went on. I wonder if
the other thing is, if like she made a decision up, let's just say mid-season. So, okay, I'm not going to come back for 2nd season. Would the cliffhanger for the proper season have been something that explains why she would look different?
Do you think? Yeah, you're right. That's absolutely right.
That's a cliffhanger? Like she gets her face ripped off or something like that?
Right, yeah, they could have done that easily. We'll go back to that in a second. I want to read this, though, because this sounds really interesting to me. Jesse DS with a $5 super chat. Personal opinion, should combine Batwoman and the Canaries and reboot it as Birds of Prey. Just leave me out and bring in Katie and Juliana. I mean,
if they hadn't had the backdoor pilot, I could say maybe. Yeah, but that backdoor pilot sort of sticks it in the future.
It does, but that sounds like a great show. Like, I would watch that show, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of the Dinah character, but if it's got Laurel in it, I'm probably going to watch it. So thank you so much for the super chat. So going back to what you were saying about the whole face thing or whatever, do you think that they're going to replace her and just act as if nothing has happened, or do you think there's going to be a storyline to explain it? Like, will we start the season with her bandaged up, like from some fight or something, and she takes the bandages off and she looks different? Do you think that's what's going to happen, or because that's very soap opera? Soap operas do that all the time. When they recap someone, it's typically like they do some weird thing where they, oh no, they look different. They've had plastic surgery. Or they could just go the route like they did in Iron Man 2, where they just, here he is, this is the character now.
Well, the thing I can definitely see them doing in regards to the whole swapping of the actor, or actress, might I say, is releasing a ridiculous amount of promo stuff for season 2, which usually wouldn't be the case. Like, almost treated as if it's a new show. So lots of posters, lots of different TV spots, making it clear that there's a new Kate and a new Batwoman. Like, in regards to Batwoman, I don't think you really have to do too much there, because in a freaking suit. But in regards to her as Kate, I think they're going to release a lot of promo material saying, like, this is Kate now, this is Kate. I think a lot of the posters won't have her as Batwoman. They'll have her as Kate, or they'll have Kate in the background as well as Batwoman there.
You have to remember that Alice and Kate are twins, but they never really looked alike to begin with. Like, it wasn't like they looked, like, in my mind, they didn't look alike at all.
Well, is it paternal twins when they're not identical?
The fact that they're twins, we don't necessarily have to cast someone that looks like Alice. That's
no.
Yeah. Gary Gammon with a 199 super chat. Do you think Batwoman will be canceled? It really depends on what happens with this recasting. I don't foresee them wanting to cancel Batwoman unless something major happens. You know what's odd though? We said this for a really long time, and this kind of proves that maybe not. that they would be willing to recast a lead in a show, because we said if Grant leaves or Melissa leaves or something like that, they wouldn't recast. It's odd that they're committed to recasting Batwoman. That's the weird thing, because I honestly think if Grant or Melissa or someone else left, they would either bring in a new character or they would just cancel the show. I don't think they would recast those characters, but for some reason they're committed to recasting Batwoman, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. I'm just intrigued to see but my biggest question is like when did this get when did Ruby make the decisions and tell them?
Yeah,
because I think if she told them much earlier, like it was mid-season or even like when you're around episode 14 or 15, I don't know. I just have this feeling that the cliffhanger of the season would have explained it if they knew. And surely she wouldn't have left them in the dark and sort of screwed them. Maybe she did screw them over.
So that's what I was thinking. What if they knew about this? Like, say, for example,
I'm not saying like, oh my god, crucify Ruby. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that like she might have left it till really late and put them in this position where she had a legitimate reason that she wanted to leave. And I think you have to, if it's personal in regards to what we've been talking about before, then fair enough. You know, she doesn't need to deal with that. But if she did leave it till late, then she sort of puts them in a sticky position. Was like, hold on, we only have a couple of months or a few months to sort this out. Yeah. And now we have to ride around it because our show ended like this way, didn't set it up at all. How are we going to explain this? So it puts them in a sticky situation.
Yeah. So we got a super chat here from Naruto 0076, $5 super chat. What do you think about the possibility of Alice making her a face mask? I don't like the idea. I saw a tweet saying that. I think I've seen a couple comments about that. I don't know what sense it would make for that to happen.
It doesn't make sense to the plot that they have at the moment.
Right.
It's literally all. If this was earlier in the season, then yes, maybe. But if it's
going down that Alice redemption arc that we thought was going to happen, I could see this happening. But now, yeah, I don't see that. But thank you for the super chat. Gwendolyn C, I see them just having a new actress taking on the role, no reason, just going on like nothing happened. I think you're right. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to pump out the advertising with the new person who's playing Batwoman. Yeah.
But make it clear, they'll release like a press statement, give it to like one of the big people like Variety and go, here's an exclusive, and we'll give you like proper promo images and stuff like that.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they give them cheeky lines to introduce her, like, well, you're looking different today, or something funny like that.
New hair.
Yeah. Basically, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Let's see. I think we're caught up on super chats right now. Oh no, we got another one here. Shane with a $2 super chat. Use the sets and relaunch the show as Batman. That will never happen.
Yeah, I don't know why that was even bothered.
I know people say they want that, but that's never going to happen. Let's see. Supergirl video clips. Hey, Eric, they changed Sierra from season 1 and 2 without any hoopla. Yes, they have done that before. Yeah, we have seen that happen. They've changed characters before, but never like the lead character.
She said like 2 lines and was on screen for like a minute.
Yeah, they've never done the lead character, which is why this is so interesting, is because we have never seen anything like that.
Yeah. No one would even have noticed that they recast her unless you went back and watched season 1 of Arrow after watching season 2.
Right.
No one would really notice too much.
You have to like look very closely. It's not obvious that she's not the same person.
Yeah. So it's a bit different here. Like there's other examples, like even on like Riverdale, they recast what was the character's name? Ronnie? Reggie. Okay. Reggie. They recast Reggie, and he was like a side character in season 1. The guy couldn't come back. It's the guy that played in the Shazam.
Dara, just retype it out and I will answer it. I'm sorry. It just went past the thing here on StreamYard and I didn't see it, but retype it and I'll answer it. Sorry. Laura E goes, do you think they'll recast? Why they recast because of HBO Max deal? I think it was all on Ruby's side. I don't think it was on the CW. Would not want to get rid of their lead. At least I don't think they would. It's more trouble than it's worth. So I think it's on her side. I think she's the one that didn't want to stick around. Would you agree with that, or do you think that's wrong?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably there. But I wonder if, my biggest question is when was this? When behind the scenes, when did they know?
Right,
that she didn't want to go on. Was it January when they announced renewals, or was it in March when production shut down?
Yeah. Gary Gam with the 499 super chat goes, when the first 3 episodes of The Flash come out, as in the first 3 episodes of season 6, when will they come out? Is that what you're asking? January. What day in January? I don't know. But it's going to be in January right now. I mean, they're not going to
the 26th.
So the end of January then, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the 26th.
Stagger over 190 super chat. I think the crossover is a big reason for recasting.
No. I think it's pretty obvious at this stage. Warner Brothers didn't tell her to leave. It's obviously her.
Yeah.
Because I think she would have had the option to continue. They wouldn't have been able to tell her, I'll tell her, you're gone. I think the contract would have been, it's one season with the option for this, but you're the one who decides it.
Yeah.
Whether you go on or not. So, yeah.
With the $2 super chat, Barry rewrites the timeline again equals New Kate. Well, I mean, they could possibly do that if Barry still had his speed at the beginning of the season.
Then you have to have
that up. Like,
you have to have that storyline happen in the first episode, and then have Batwoman debut the week after, or start the week after. It wouldn't work.
Where is Dara? I'm trying to find Dara's comment. Dara. Where is it at? I think this is it right here. Dara, if they cut her face off, they could never do flashbacks. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, that would be weird.
But they hardly did flashbacks past the first half of the season. But, even the first handful of episodes.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Dara.
The thing I brought up in my video, and I think it's probably the thing that I had the most difficulty with, is that all the shows always use stuff from previous seasons. Mm-hmm. So they'll be like, in like a recap, they'll show something that happened in the previous season, or even just in an episode. They won't be able to use it unless they like blur Ruby's face out, or they CGI the other person's head on or something, which could look really weird.
Yeah, I think the easiest way for them to do it is just act like nothing's happened. And I know that sucks, but I feel like that's
shove out the promo material before it starts.
Yeah. You make me say your name every time. Shaunak Puree. I get it wrong every time. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. I am never going to get this right, I don't think. Thoughts on Legends this week. So Pagey hasn't seen it yet, right? You haven't watched Legends?
I haven't watched Legends for about 2 months.
Okay. So I did not like it. There you go. I thought it was a really weird episode with a lot of issues, and it was fun. I guess there's that. But I think as far as the standpoint of like a proper episode with like logic and stuff, it wasn't my cup of tea. But thank you for the super chat. You'll see my review on it soon. I promise you. Let's see. Mike Oran, what's the chances that this will be like what happened with Sony and Spider-Man? It's a big story now, but we'll get Saw fixed after a few weeks. I doubt it. I think she's out. They wouldn't, if there was a chance of negotiating this, she would have never made the statements. So
no, they wouldn't have. And then WB wouldn't have backed up.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, geez, I missed a bunch already. Please. Okay, I'm going to do this every week. StreamYards, give us a tab for super chats. When we have a highlighted comment, we got a bunch of room over here. Just give us a tab with this on it. Otaku Senpai, $2 super chat. I think she would do bigger things besides Batwoman. I think that's a possibility.
This would have been the biggest thing she did.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you, Pagey. This is her biggest thing, but I think her agent may say, "Oh, you're missing out on opportunities, and if you were in LA, you could do more things," and probably blowing it up a little bit. And she's walking away from this. So yeah, I mean, this is one of those moments like I think Terrence Howard had with Iron Man, where he walked away from that character and regretted it like 5 years later. So we'll have to see. Staggervore, with a super chat, you said instead of canceling the show, your comment earlier, I think that's what you're referring to. Let me scroll back up here. About the crossover thing. I mean, I honestly don't think that there was anything on the production side that would have forced her out. I think she chose to leave. This is all speculation. Her comments, if she was forced out, I don't think she would have been so nice in her comments. So that's why I think she probably left upon her own recourse there. Gary Gammon, 199 super chat. Do you think they will get delayed later than January? Thank you for the super chat. I have no idea. It would just be a flip of a coin, heads or tails. I mean, it looks to me like production is going to start up in a couple of months, and if that goes as it's planned, then they'll come out in January. I think they're going to do their best to make that happen. But I appreciate your super chat. King Goat 199. I heard Legends referenced Rip when Rip died. Show died. There was a reference to him in the show, but Rip Hunter was not anybody's favorite character. So I don't think I don't think that that much.
Rip just allowed them the other characters to do stuff, but then like now you got like a team of lunatics, and like one of the lunatics has to be a captain.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you had Rip, you had someone who's like sort of steady-handed and level-headed,
right?
And then you could have the lunatics around him, but now everyone's just a lunatic on there.
So let's continue talking about Batwoman, but let's talk about the finale and like the setup for next season. I do want to talk about this briefly because I got a lot of blowback on this in my video and stuff. So we saw the actor who is cast as Bruce Wayne. I don't remember his name. What's his name?
Warren Christie.
Okay, and he was on a show called Alphas. I remember that show.
Well, wait,
something else, right?
Okay, no, I'm thinking of someone else. There was a show called Betas. Dad jokes coming in early. Dad jokes only an hour, 50 minutes into the stream.
He is going to be Bruce Wayne. Look, Staggervore. Look, check this out. 99. You read my mind, Staggervore. Let's talk about the Bruce Wayne casting now. Thank you so much. So yes, he's going to be our Bruce Wayne. We don't know when he's going to actually show up as Bruce Wayne because right now he is Tommy Elliott. What do you think about this casting overall? Do you think he looks the part? Do you think he's going to? I think he's a little bit younger than I expected him to be, and for Bruce Wayne.
I think he looks very much like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. I actually think he's
nailed the casting
looking character we've had in a long time in terms of looking like the comic.
Yeah, like you look at him and you go, bang, that's Bruce Wayne. He's probably the most Bruce Wayne looking Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is. I think he probably nails it in regards to looking like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, out of all the live action ones we've had,
even movies, TV,
jawline, look, the dark but broody.
He looks like he could be a bachelor during the day and this businessman, but then be Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually when you have the other Bruce Wayne, usually it's like, okay, you've been cast to play Batman. You haven't been cast to play Bruce Wayne. You've been cast to play Batman. Or it's the other side. Like I think Christian Bale was a really good Bruce Wayne. Okay, Batman. Nothing amazing, but he's really good as Bruce Wayne.
Were mentioning his age in the chat. Yes, I thought he was going to be older than someone in their 40s. Honestly,
yeah, he's mid-40s. Yeah,
I thought he was going to look older than that. So having him at that age is.
But it's important to remember that's a photo from 5 years ago.
Yeah,
so they're basing it off 5 years ago Bruce Wayne, not now Bruce Wayne. He might have sprouted some gray hairs in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's address this here from King Goat with the 499 super chat. I'm glad you asked this because I didn't think about talking about this, but now let's talk about it. I tweeted Pagey when we saw the casting. I have issue because how they explained Conroy on Crisis and how Kate recognized him. I mean, we get a doppelganger. Yeah, okay. So he's a white older guy in a mech suit in Wayne Mansion where Luke Fox is his butler.
And he goes Kate first.
Who did she think he was gonna be?
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but let's put 2 and 2 together. They
knew that, like they knew they were going to Bruce Wayne's house, the Bat of the future. They knew, like it was said, the Bat of the future. So they knew they were going to Batman's house there. And Kate didn't even say Bruce. She didn't go, oh, hey, Bruce, I'll wait for you to get down the bottom of the stairs. Got weird legs? Okay, hurry up. She didn't say that. He got to the bottom of the stairs and he went, Kate? Because he has a photo of her. He recognizes her because he interacted with that Kate and how she looked.
Yeah.
She never interacted with this Bruce because he's older. But as soon as he says Kate, she goes, oh, Bruce.
Yeah. We have the 90s Barry Allen and we have our Barry Allen. They don't look anything alike, but yet they're both Barry Allen. The characters have to look identical. Superman, we had 3 different Clark Kents.
Yeah, like one that's gone through heaps of crap, like the Brandon Routh one, who would have been much older, and then you have the Tyler Heck one, and then the Tom Welling one as well. Like you had all these different versions. The multiverse doesn't work in a linear timeline. Not everyone's in the same thing.
You're right. So. They were not. There was having Kevin on Crisis was sort of paying tribute to him as the voice of Batman.
Yeah.
That's why they were not going to base their casting on someone that looks like Kevin Conroy.
Casting him doesn't cause issues because it already been established that there's different versions with different age ranges.
Absolutely, but I never even thought that. That was never something that crossed my mind that this person has to look like him. So
yeah.
But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Gary with the 199 super chat for Flash because they will have to wrap up. I forgot what you said earlier. I guess you're talking about filming and stuff.
I think Gary still thinks they've got to finish season 6.
They're not going to finish season 6.
Yeah, I think that's what Gary's.
Season 7 will start. They will finish the storylines in season 7. Season 6 ends at 19. That is the last episode. Yeah. If you buy the Blu-ray, if you watch it on Netflix, 19 is the finale. So, Naruto with the $5 super chat. This reminds me of the last season of Arrow when Emily got announced. One day I'm leaving. Yeah, that did make, this does remind me of that. Like she didn't want to be in the next season or whatever. And it felt like it was just completely out of nowhere. This is very much like that, except
and that made her pregnant.
except Emily's not the lead of a show, so they were we can just let her go.
I still have my reservations over that because that ruined the end of Arrow season 6.
It did because we got
7.
Yeah.
Because then they had to I'm having traumatic flashbacks of freaking Beatrice. God,
Beatrice. Okay, we got another super chat here from Jesse Lemaster. I think the female lead shows struggle the most.
Do they mean with writing or viewership? Like maybe writing.
Like audience response, like the social media outcries from it, or just in general? Because Supergirl, when it first was like elite before this season, it was pulling in sometimes numbers as big as the Flash. It just slowly dropped off after a while, and even the Flash has dropped off a bit. I mean, look at Arrow. Arrow's numbers tanked in the last couple of seasons. So I don't really know what you mean by struggle. You have to specify what you mean. If you mean like backlash from media and stuff, I would agree with you. I think they do get it a little bit harder than some of the other shows, but yeah, you'll have to specify there. Captain J10, $2 super chat. Did anyone see the Flash gang in Stars in the House?
That was the thing that aired at the same time as Stargirl. So that was the stupid thing that they did.
Yeah. No. I'll go back and watch it later. I'm pretty sure it'll show up somewhere. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't even know it was a thing until you told me about it because I was too busy supporting Stargirl. Let's see. Geek Information 499 super chat. Have you guys covered the Batwoman stuff with the Rubios yet? I'm just getting in the chat. It's a bounce around thing. We're kind of just covering things as they go. So you've missed us talking about it, but I'm sure we still got a little bit longer. So I'm sure we'll talk about it again here. Let's see. Sean Dog, that's what I call you, with the 199 super chat. Ruby's Batwoman was a clue on Jeopardy today. Yeah, I saw that. How did you see that, Pagey?
I don't watch Jeopardy.
No. Everybody was tweeting it out. She was actually her being Batwoman was a clue on Jeopardy today when she announced.
Oh no, I didn't see it. I didn't really go through the Batwoman hashtag. Or anything. Because I think the news came out and then
be edgy. It's cool.
The news came out like an hour before Stargirl started. Mm-hmm. So I made the video and then I think it was waiting for Stargirl. So I didn't really go on other bits of Twitter.
Let's see. Gary Gammon, 499 super chat. When Flash locks up metahumans in the pipeline, where do you take the shower? Also, Gary with the clutch questions. I don't think they still have metas in the pipeline, right? Now they're taking.
No, they got taken by Joe one season.
Yeah, so they don't have them in there anymore. But we did see, I think there was a outtake or something. Like everything pops out of the walls, which is weird. Like the toilet pops out of the walls, and
that was in Elseworlds.
Was it? We saw it somewhere where that happens, but I don't remember.
I think it was an Elseworlds.
That little space was kind of stupid anyway. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. Thank you for the super chat, Gary. I appreciate it. Here we go. Another super chat from Xylem 499. Do you think the CW could do Red Death and possibly turn Batman evil since he supposedly killed the Joker on his Earth? I could see some precedent for it. Okay, number one, I hate to say this because I'm gonna eat this later on. I don't think we'll ever see a fully fledged Batman on the CW. It's completely different from the Superman thing. Just like I don't think we're going to see a Wonder Woman or an Aquaman right now in live action on the TV scale. So I don't think Red Death will ever be a Batman clone because Batman on the CW would never interact with Barry enough for it to be a thing. So it's going to be someone close to Barry on the Flash. So if we do get a Red Death, I think it's going to be a Flash legacy character. Correct? Would you agree with that or no?
What do you mean by legacy?
Like someone that the Flash knows or that would be specific for the Flash. We wouldn't see Kate Kane as Red Death on the Flash as a character. We would see someone else. I could see Godspeed or Thawne or Hunter Zolomon or someone like that becoming Red Death, but I don't think we'd ever see like a major character from another show, including Batman, especially in the Arrowverse, become Red Death, right? I mean,
yeah, I don't even know if they'd do Red Death because, like, I never. The thing is, if you've read Metals, bit shit, not that good. Like many more, like honestly, there's probably 3 or 4 villains you would definitely do before Red Death. Like Red Death will be, in regards to things that could be perceived as a big threat, is probably scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
like you're getting the dregs out of there.
The dark.
He's a short thing. Red Death could maybe be like first half of the season thing, but nothing big because
I have tales from the dark multiverse. Right?
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I just got done reading that the other day. I don't see them doing a Batman. They wouldn't do Batman as a villain like that.
Wait,
anyway.
Did you get the that other book? Did you get it?
What other book?
Oh, the West Allen scrapbook. You said you were going to get it.
Oh, yeah.
It was a scrapbook from that West Allen tour of Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the table. So the one that Canada Graphs was going to go on, but then unfortunately, schedules collided and you couldn't go on it. But there was a scrapbook for sale. I thought you might have got that. Anyway, who cares? Yeah. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you miss out.
I feel bad that I didn't get it because that would have been like the best book that
we could have had a show and tell on stream.
Thank you, Shane Thomas, for becoming part of Team Airrick. I appreciate it. Check out all the exclusive content, and those things are on the channel. There's a few videos already, so I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for the support. King Goat with a $4.99 super chat. I heard Zari and John kissed. John, what happened with Nate? They're really doing a love triangle. Legends of Josh. Yeah, they're setting up with Zari and John love story, but I don't know how that's going to play out. So
I think that's pronounced King Oat, as in I'm an oat, eat me.
Oh, okay.
But then because it's a picture of a goat.
yeah. It's one thing together. So yeah.
Maybe I'm being misled.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a space, then an underscore in that name. So
Supergirl video clips. Red Death could be a crossover villain. Yeah, I can see that. I agree with that. Laura E, where do they lock up aliens since DEO was destroyed? Oh,
the plot hole.
Yeah, that's a good question. They're all out now. That's the plans for season 6. Elijah, Eric was cheering tonight at Gary's death on Legends.
Did he die?
So, it's a long story.
He quote unquote died.
It's a long story. They got the Loom of Fate. It's basically the Spear of Destiny, so nobody's gonna stay dead. Captain J10 with the $2 super chat. What if Eddie Thawne was Godspeed? Eddie Thawne could be playing a part in next season. There's some rumors about that. I don't know if he's going to be Godspeed though. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll talk about that later on. You're pretty confident, like most people, that Eddie Thawne will be coming back, right?
It just sounds like Eddie, and I've been like, he's such a easy character to bring in, and the story's just sitting there. They don't even have to try hard with the story. It's sitting there. You have the comic book material that can easily be translated into a story with Eric, with Eddie, and maybe a story with Eric. I don't know, maybe cameo. Who knows?
Department 4.
It's sitting there. Honestly, if they need someone to come in and script it out, Twitter DMs are not open. But if I might follow you, so if you follow me, then you can send them through.
All right, here we go. This is the burning question right here, Pagey. Thoughts on the Snyder Cut being released?
I've always been in the middle. I don't care if it comes out. I don't care if it doesn't come out. If it comes out, I'll watch it. But if it didn't come out, I wouldn't care. I think it's cool that creatives aren't being censored like that. So it'd be a step in the right direction in that, where studios aren't like, you know what, screw you, we're going to mess up your movie, because then it's not the studio that gets the bad name and doesn't get a job anymore. It's the director. Look at Josh Trank and stuff like that. However, and people are probably going to deny this, but it's true. It is sort of rewarding toxic fandoms.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Not all of them, like, they do a lot of good stuff. There's I say only about 10% of it's toxic, but that 10% seems like it's 70%.
Because if this happens, and I'll give you my answer here in a second, but if this happens, it is going to incite people to do nothing but harass studios and actors. And that's kind of
online.
Yeah, but here's as far as the cut being released, just overall, I'm sort of like Pagey. Like, I don't care if it doesn't come out. I don't care if it does. That's fine. I'm not someone who thinks that the Snyder Cut is going to be this like this revelation where it's going to be so much better than that other version that it matters. Because number one, it was supposed to be a 2-part thing, so it's not even we're never gonna get the second half of it. 90% of what Zack Snyder has shared online in terms of like his plans for the cinematic universe were not in Justice League. So, and almost everything that was going to be in the Snyder Cut, I think for the most part, we've seen like unfinished scenes, like the Flash scene that's not CGI'd. I've seen that one. The designs for some of the characters were slightly different. So, if it comes out and people love it, wonderful. If you're all about the Snyder Cut, then this is great news for you, and you're going to be happy with it. Whatever. If it comes out, I'll watch it. I honestly have no, like, if it never comes out, I won't lose sleep over it. That's basically the way it is. I know
because the thing is, the other thing is, it's sort of a redundant thing because I've even seen, like, once again, these are people that are spinning it so they can produce articles and stuff like that. It's mainly just, it's not even like YouTubers, it's mainly just people that would want to produce articles and stories from it. But there's people saying, well, if it's good, Ben Affleck's back as Batman. I'm like, no, he left the role because it was sort of messing with him mentally. Like, it was a toxic role for him. And they're sort of moving on. Like, Wonder Woman 1984 sort of looks like it's going completely against what Zack Snyder was setting up with the character, where she was the thing in night. She wasn't in hiding. She was going out doing this, and Cheetah's there, Maxwell Lords. It's going against what was set up there. Aquaman went against it, sort of like went against, like, gave him a new suit. It, like, hardly referenced. They changed even like his origin, where stuff in Justice League didn't happen to a degree. Like, they reference it, but it's not really good continuity wise. The Flash seems like it's changed. That they're recasting Iris West apparently, which could be controversial if they don't go with another black or mixed actress. So that's going to be hashtag drama potentially.
Get ready for it.
What other movies are going against the like Suicide? Like, Birds of Prey was still in that Suicide Squad-esque style, so that's still in that realm. But even at the same time, they changed Gotham a bit.
The Suicide Squad is going to break away from that style too, as well, from what I understand.
Well, yeah, from what it seems like. So they're stepping away from that. So this is sort of like, it's more just a contained, pretty much treated like an Elseworlds movie. So you know what the best way to treat it is? I think this is the best way to describe it. You treat it as a DC animated movie that we got, like a Superman Red Sun, but it's live action. Just treat it like that. Like, it's just thing you can watch. It doesn't mean anything going forward or going backwards.
Like the Joker.
It's just,
like the Joker,
almost pretty much Joker. It's just it's in its own separate timeline. We fragmented it into a different timeline, and we're just watching that because it's not going to be relevant going forward. They're not going to change everything up because, let's be honest, if anyone thinks it's going to be a 10 out of 10, like, seriously, it's not. Like, it depends what you gave the normal Justice League, because most of that was the original movie. People can deny that, but even if it was 51 or 71%, most of it was the original movie. So, like, if you gave the original Justice League like a 6, this would probably be like an 8, maybe. If it's good. That's what I'm saying. If it's actually better, then I can only see it going up a bit. It's not going to be a 10. I think we all know it's not going to be a 10.
So my thoughts here,
and I liked Zack Snyder's movies before. I liked what he was doing, but I prefer where DC's going now, where it's just not everything seems like it's in this dreary environment and stuff. And I love how DC does the dark stuff.
Like, the new movies feel like comic book movies. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's where they're going. I think that's the direction they're going.
It's not this like different creative. Like, I know people like I appreciate Man of Steel more. Like, I didn't really like when I first watched it. Like, oh, it's okay, but I wasn't red hot on it. But the more you watch it, I think the more you like it, just because you get more used to that character. You know what was going on there. But I prefer Superman to be like Christopher Reeve. And I'd prefer it to be that hopeful thing.
Or Tyler Hoechlin type Superman.
Because Man of Steel was just Batman. It was Superman, but he's Batman. It's like if Bruce Wayne became Superman.
That. My biggest concern is that, and this is just a prediction. Say, for example, they come out and they say, "Oh, we're going to do the Snyder Cut. We're going to go back in. We're going to finish the CGI. We're going to do sound scenes. Do whatever we have to do," and they release it. Do you think that's where it's going to end? No. People are going to be like, "Okay, we want the rest."
Release the Snyder Cut Part 2.
Exactly. So if
because they knew that they got it the first time.
If they cave into this is not the end of it. In actuality, if they cave into this, it's the beginning of like their worst nightmare.
You know why? It's like Eric when he's 6 years old and his mum's standing there Cookie jar's out of reach for Eric. But he's like, Mom, Mother, I need a cookie. No, Eric, mate, we got dinner coming up. No cookies. Mom, need a cookie. And you're not getting it that day. You're not going to get it that day.
Like, I really want it.
But you're relentless. You're relentless about getting that cookie. And you keep going. And eventually you're doing it day after day. And it's Friday night. It's actually pizza night. You should be waiting. You're getting a really good meal, but you want that cookie. Eventually your mom gives you the cookie. You won. And you know you can get that cookie if eventually you just keep going. If you keep biding your time, keep going along, you will get that cookie. That's the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
The Snyder Cut is that cookie in the cookie jar. And Warner Brothers is Eric's mom that's waiting for the pizza to be delivered.
Yeah, what can you do?
And the pizza, it's the better meal, which is the current DC universe, but Eric wants that little cookie.
You're building an analogy universe there. That's like a universe of analogies there.
And it's an analogy that made sense, unlike some others I've seen.
Summer Reaper with a $5 super chat. Have either of you seen Justice League Dark Apocalypse War? You've seen it, right, Pagey?
Yeah, I watched it like the weekend it came out.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the follow-up to that is what did we think of it? And I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. What about you?
Yeah, it was very cool. Like, it was very rushed in certain bits, but they had to sort of get through stuff. But it went for a while for an animated movie. Usually the animated movie is like just over an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. This was about an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
It felt like a proper movie. It would have been cool to see even live action, but I'm intrigued to see where they go forward based off the ending. Actually, if you're going to watch it, you already would have watched it.
Right.
To sort of spoil it, they do another flashpoint, but you don't see it. You just see Barry run off.
Right.
And that's it.
So, Shawnick, all right, I'm just going to call you by your first name because I almost get that right every time with the 499 super chat. If like season 1 characters from Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning, Batwoman spun into Legends, who would you want to see? So like somebody coming in replacing season 1 characters. So just season 1 characters. I don't know. I don't think anyone on Black Lightning would work on Legends right now. I think that show's too different for to go into Legends. As far as Batwoman, we haven't really met anyone that's superhero enough, I think, to spin off into Legends. Maybe that Parker Torres character. I don't know. Maybe her. As far as Supergirl, there's a ton of them. I mean, almost any character from Supergirl would work on Legends, just like Flash leans into Legends a little bit. So I don't know. Pretty much anybody. I think Dreamer would be okay. I think Wynn would have been fine. I think James would have been an interesting choice. Anybody you can think of, Pagey, that you would want to see on Legends? No.
Well, so gonna watch it, Mia.
Oh God.
There we go. That'll be the end of that question.
Gary Gammon, 499 super chat. Thank you so much, Gary. Do you think some of the Team Flash secret identity is too obvious, like Supergirl? I think almost everyone is. Like Killer Frost is obviously not like that's not a. She just looks a little bit whiter in the face, but it's clearly Caitlin. I think there's a lot of characters like that have their identities are obvious. Like Cisco, I think who was it? Pied Piper was like, oh yeah, you're totally
the long hair, duh.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the fact that in that episode when he was like standing in there with Barry and Cisco and the Flash costume was on the wall, and he's like, yeah, and you're the Flash, and Barry was like, what are you talking about? I mean, come on. Like, yeah, it's so funny. Mike Correa with the $2 super chat. Pagey buys 5 copies, so he'll lend you one. I think he's talking about the what was it, the Olicity scrapbook or the West Allen book you were talking about earlier. Do you have any spare ones over there for me? Is that what that was?
I will neither confirm nor deny whether I am in possession of said elusive. It's an exclusive. It is. It's a bit of a collector's item.
Jesse Lemaster, 198 super chat. Why can they get away with Superman and not Batman? Because the DCEU is pretty much, except until recently, they had given up on Superman, kind of. Like, they realized it's a property they just did not want to deal with. It made sense to have him on the CW. And so they were like, yeah, you can take him. Now, apparently, they're going to do another Superman movie, at least, unless that's all like garbage, whatever.
I wouldn't mind if they did, but I really want it to be, because Superman's not my favorite character, but I grew up watching I remember watching the Christopher Reeve, like the first superhero movie I remember watching was Batman 1989. I think my mum chucked it on when I was like 5 or something, and then ended up watching the Superman movies like straight after that. And that's what Superman needs to be. I don't think you can, like, if there were no Batman movies being made, I think you can do Superman that style of Man of Steel where he is a bit darker and a bit more grounded take. But when you have Batman, you have to have some contrast, and that's why you have Superman being this like beacon of hope and various things like that. And they need to make Superman that.
That's why they're such good.
And I think Henry Cavill suits that. I think he would play a better hopeful, Christopher Reeve-esque Superman, pretty much Superman from the comics.
I agree with that.
Compared to what we had. Now, I'm not saying that he wasn't not good in that, because I think he was, but I think I prefer him to see him like that.
I can see bringing him down at some point, but they never gave him the chance to be that beacon of hope that everybody remembers. All of that happened between movies. I've always said we should have had a Man of Steel 2 before we had Batman v Superman.
Oh, 100%. Or at least a singular Batman movie. And then maybe you do Batman v Superman, but it is a Superman movie. Because the issue was they were trying to introduce this Batman and do like almost like a quick origin in his world and stuff. Even showing the death scene again.
He says here, why not Batman? That's a really good question. I don't understand the obsession with putting Batman in the movies. I think the Christopher Nolan films kind of solidified them as Batman being a movie property, even though I think Batman leans more into TV, honestly.
Because he's got such a bigger universe to explore.
Yeah, his characters, stories, and he's perfect for television. He's a superhero that would work so perfect on TV, but they seem to be
and that's why they made Arrow in a very Batman-esque style. That's why Arrow worked.
Yeah, so I can't really answer your question. I don't know why, because I think Superman is more of a movie character. Batman is more of a TV character, but they have them flipped around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shane Thomas with a $2 super chat, part of Team Airrick. Thank you so much. Could there be a post-crisis Eddie-thon? Absolutely, there could. I don't know how he would get away with no one knowing who he is, but there could definitely be something like post-crisis related with Eddie Thawne. I think we're going to see something like that if he does manage to come back into the fold. What do you think? Do you think Crisis is going to have anything to do with Eddie or no?
There might be little things there, but I don't think it's going to be a major thing with Eddie.
Okay. That's interesting. Let's see. Any more super chats here?
Giovanni, I know you got low intelligence, but Arrow went for 8 seasons. How long did Daredevil go for? 3? Yeah, leave the chat, please.
I didn't even see the comment. I'm not that one. I need to see the comment.
I see it in the chat every week. You think 1 and 1 would equal 2, but for Giovanni, it equals 0 for some reason. He's putting pluses and minuses, mixing them up. It's all over the joint.
Xylem with the 199 super chat. What other villains would you like to see before the Flash ends? Cobalt Blue, I think, would be a cool villain.
I want my money. That'd be good to have him back because there's obviously a loose end in regards to that storyline. Cobalt Blue is one I've wanted since like season 2, like end of season 1. Season 2, I was like, let's get it going. As soon as that stuff happened to Eddie,
I thought my number one. If I had to pick one, that would be the one.
It's the one that I think would work on the show easily, and it's one that I think that needs to be done before it ends.
Savitar come back. Bring back Savitar in the metal suit, and
we'll bring back Rajan and just do him. Wait, are you Savitar? No, I'm Rajan, but you look like Savitar. And they'll be like, they could do a running joke where you just go Savitar. They just keep calling him Savitar.
Staggervore with the 499 super chat. I think a Speed Demons crossover between Flash and Superman would be cool and be similar to Superman the animated series with some differences. So they already did that sort of thing with the race, with Flash and Supergirl, and they've done the Flash and Superman thing on the movie. So I don't think they'll do it on the show. I mean, they could because both are there, but
in the Elseworlds crossover, one of the deleted scenes was going to be Stephen Amell's Flash racing Tyler Hoechlin Superman. They deleted it.
They should have kept it.
Yeah, around the Smallville farm.
That would have been kind of fun, I think. Let's see. Are we caught up on Super Chat? I think we might be actually caught up on... Oh, no, we have another one. Never mind. Shane Thomas, $2 Super Chat. Thank you again, Shane. Is there any Green Arrow and the Canaries news? Pagey, any news on Green Arrow and the Canaries? Because Kat McNamara wants to act like this is not even a thing. Like she's...
the president just said it's still alive, but he's been saying that since it aired. Like... it seems like it's between that and the 100 spinoff, but at this stage, who knows if it even, because they have to delay everything. There's slots are cutting off at the moment. However, there is the talk that the CW is doing the whole expanding on their streaming app and going to create originals for their streaming app, so exclusive just on there. Like they're not going to air on the CW. You can only watch them on the app. However,
like commercials,
what?
Right? Isn't it?
I think it's a free app with commercials like it is now.
Yeah.
But I could see that being like low cost stuff. Like it wouldn't surprise me like something like Whose Line Is It Anyway goes on there, and that's just where it is. I couldn't see them doing Ground because Ground of the Canaries, it's a futuristic show. I think the budget will be too high. It'd have to be like other smaller shows that are really easy to make. Like you could film multiple episodes in it in a short space of time. So yeah.
We have a super chat here from the Chalk King, $2 super chat. Thoughts on Space Aliens in Legends season 6? I mean, it's Legends. I mean, the villains could be Bebo clones.
Well, the issue is like, well, what's Supergirl doing?
Yeah,
just watching them.
I think they might do a callback to the whole Dominators thing, but I don't. Legends budget is so stretched thin. I don't know how they're going to do a season of Space Aliens. I don't know.
You know what I can see them doing? Do you know what I'm going to hint at?
No.
I'll just make it shape-shifting aliens, so they just look like humans.
Oh yeah. Well,
they'll shape-shift the entire season. There'll be like maybe like 1 or 2 episodes in the season where they're actually turn into their form, and their form won't even be that ridiculous. They'll just look like random aliens.
Star Trek had a lot of aliens that had like tiny things on their face that made them look like aliens. They could probably do something like that,
like a mole or something.
So speaking of that, let's briefly talk about the Supergirl ending because you haven't watched it, so I'm going to spoil it for you.
No, don't, Eric.
So the DEO is gone. They destroyed the DEO. That building is gone, and you might have saw it earlier. So they got that. The DEO is missing. Brainiac is supposedly quote unquote dead. I don't think that's actually going to be a thing. And yeah, we're dealing with Lena and Supergirl teaming up against Lex and his mother. That's the setup for next season, and I think that's actually a pretty strong setup. So I'm looking forward to that. But here's the thing: they're going to have to bring John Cryer back for another season, because if they're setting up, or at least half the season, if they're setting up a Lex and his mother storyline, that has to come back through. So you think they're going to give him Lex for another season? I thought they had a period of time they could use him. Now it feels like they might even get him, for another season, or at least part of the season. Are you surprised?
No, like from what I heard, they weren't even meant to have him this season. Then it was like he was in crisis. Like, oh, you can use him for the back half, and that's why I think it sounds like that Leviathan story was so messy because Lex wasn't originally in it, and then they had to like sort of put him in there, but then also make him a big threat throughout it as well. So I'm not too surprised because the response to him's been so good. So they're probably like, hey, Warner Brothers, everyone really likes him. Are you going to even use Lex Luthor anytime soon? So like apparently like Lex was meant to be in Titan season 2 and that never happened. But then apparently he's also linked to be in Titan season 3, but Titans doesn't need more characters. They need less. So, but Supergirl, like, he was good last season, Lex, but it seems that this season he's like, when you have too much sugar in a coffee or too much sugar in a tea, just like, ruined it a bit.
Oh, so we were talking about shape-shifting aliens. I was going to say, I'm surprised that after Crisis, they didn't make it so John's natural state was his human form, so that he didn't have to keep shifting back and forth, because now he doesn't even really, it doesn't matter because they gave him a physical costume now. So, David Harewood actually has a full-on suit to wear. So it's almost like there's no point in doing him as a shape-shifting alien anymore, because I don't think we're going to see him as the Green Martian character as often. So I think you might be right about the thing about them bringing in the aliens and just having them shift and stay that way, because I think that's kind of what John has done on Supergirl. I mean, let's be honest, that was probably one of the most expensive VFX that the shows had to do all the time. Right? Would you say that?
Maybe.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Question mark. To be confirmed.
Hold on, let me see. This is if I can get this picture. I wish I could just can I do this? I don't know if I can. Let me download it and then open it. Options.
Ooh, download.
I want to show something.
Ooh.
Oh, here it is. All right, so this is So these are the suits from the finale. I want to show this quickly before we wrap things up. The suit that Alex got is so ugly. Look at this. That is such an ugly costume. The boots don't even go with the rest of the costume. It's got this weird, like,
honestly, it looks like they took Mia Smoke's suit from Arrow and just put blue in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. The hood feels weird, and she doesn't wear a mask. She's got on this really weird eye makeup, and I wish you could see it here in this picture. It's really hard to see. This is like
There's another picture where, like, I saw a screenshot on Twitter, and I saw it close up, and it's like, wouldn't you just wear, like, if you're gonna put that on, like, wouldn't you put it like all around your eyes? Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, like, look at Dreamer's mask. Like, do something like that for Alex. Like, why does she have this weird? Like, she literally looks like Alex with bad eye makeup. Like, why would you do?
Like, what does she do? Is she just a vigilante with no powers?
You didn't see this because you're not caught up with the show.
No,
but John gave her a weapon that's like a cuff on her arm.
I think I watched that. I think I saw her get the weapon.
She can create any type of defensive or offensive weapon with her thoughts.
So it's like Green Lantern.
Yes, but she could do like guns or swords or shields or whatever with that thing on her arm. But other than that, she's just regular Alex, like, you know, normal training and everything or whatever.
So if she got hit, she'd die.
Probably, yeah. I mean, she's a vigilante with a cool alien bracelet. Which, honestly, I feel like they gave her the bracelet just so when she's out in the field fighting, if she shows up with a weapon, you're not like, where did that weapon come from? Like, that's why I think they did it. But this suit is bad. She had a really cool tactical suit. Just give her a mask. Like, I understand that she's not working with the DEO now, so she has to have some sort of street look or whatever. But these boots, like the heels and stuff, like, who came up with that? It's so bad. It's just bad to me. I love Alex. I hate that suit. I think it's horrible. John's suit is awesome though.
Speaking of Snyder, it was made by the same people that made the BVS bat suit. So
what, that suit that Alex has?
No, the one that John has.
Oh, that's
Manhunter.
I love that suit.
And they made the Kingdom Come Superman suit for Crisis.
I love that one too. That's the best TV Superman suit we've ever had. So Naruto with a $2 super chat. Wonder Twins for Legends season 6. Okay, I mean, I could see them on the ship. I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but they would totally fit in with the show 100%. So I agree with that. All right, last call on super chats. You guys got like how long have we been on? Yeah, you guys got like less than 10 minutes. If you have any other super chats you want to give, please throw them through now, and I will answer, or will answer your questions, I should say. While we're waiting for super chats, should we go ahead and get our dad jokes ready?
If we must.
All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. No, you'll get that one. That's too easy. Let's see. Hold on. This is a good one. Who's going first?
You can. I've got 3.
All right, here we go. We're doing 3. Of course you do, Kenny. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
I don't know. Why?
Like, stuck in the crack.
Wow. That's very well, I guess it's late at night there. It's very adult of you, Eric. Where do the bad rainbows go?
I don't know. Where?
Prism.
That one was bad.
It's very Flash season 6.
Yeah.
Now beginning of season 7 relevant though. It's actually a Batwoman relevant one as well.
This one might make you think, actually.
Oh.
This one might make you think. Oh, before we go there, there's Stagger4 has a 199 super chat. Would you like to see Lobo on Superman and Lois? Not if he's the one that we had in Krypton. That was a bad Lobo.
I don't really care for Lobo, to be completely honest. I think just because
Lobo was an answer to the extreme superheroes of the 90s.
Edgy 90s stuff, yeah. I think he's sort of outdated now.
He's like a space Wolverine, basically. What is the best time on the clock?
Say that again.
What is the best time on a clock?
All the time.
6:30, hands down.
Wow. It's not a good one. Early 2000s, late 90s, people might like this one. Hey, Eric, I can't find my Gone in 60 Seconds DVD.
Okay.
Yeah, it was here a minute ago.
That was actually not that bad. I actually don't mind that one. Okay. Before we do our last one, we have a super chat here from Alexander. Better show, Batwoman or Titans? Batwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a laughing emoji there because you find that comparison funny, but Batwoman is a better show. Titans season 2 was basically let's set up for Nightwing in the finale, and that's pretty much what it was. My thoughts, I don't know. What about you?
Edgy. Did you say edgy. I'll have no thoughts on that. Actually, Batwoman is better, but I'll just leave it as that.
Okay. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur?
A Snorosaurus?
Close. A dino snore. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You get to do the last one. Here we go. Come on.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready for this one.
What do you call a Batman who just returned from a fight and got his ass kicked?
I don't know.
A bruised Wayne. There's also an alternate ending to that joke. An abused Wayne. Oh, how good. How funny. Hold on. Do you want to address Kenneth in the chat?
I wasn't going to, but let's give him some attention here. I don't understand. So I'm only addressing this because if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I had a back and forth the other night with Kenny. And this is no ill will towards Kenny. Honestly, it's not. But I don't understand the way you come at me or Pagey about this. I rarely say anything hateful or negative about a show unless I feel like it deserves it. I'm not going to sit here and be 100% positive about every show. So I don't know why. Like, if I'm like, oh, I love 95% of Supergirl, but this 5% I did not like, you would say I'm a hater. That's just the truth. So I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you want from us about reviews. If we reviewed it and said everything was wonderful, that's not a review. It's not a review.
That's it's like shipping the show.
Yeah, I mean, 22 episodes this season. All of them are great. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Wonderful. I love every single actor, every single moment, every single costume. The makeup was perfect. The choreography was perfect. It was all perfect. 10 out of 10 across the board. Woo!
Hold on. Can we get this alternate reality where everything's positive, but get a quick review of Girls' Night Out? Go.
Best episode ever. I loved the drama. I loved it. I loved the connection between all the characters. Every single moment, the motivation was perfect. It was perfectly set up. Everything was great. I have nothing negative to say. More of this, more of this, more of this. Why do I watch it? I know it's going to be beautiful. It's coming on at 8. Should I set the DVR? No, it's going to be great. I'm not even going to watch it. I'll just say it's all wonderful.
Okay.
No point.
Rewind. Same universe. Daddy Likes the Metal episode. Can't remember what it was called. Something Valentine or something. Am I reviewing
that one in the alternate universe?
Yeah, in the alternate positive universe.
Best episode ever. I can't believe the details in Amunet Black's storyline. She is such a well-rounded character. Everything about her is perfect. She is so perfect. Her costume is perfect. It's wonderful. Best episode of the season. But what am I saying? Every episode is the best episode No bad episode. It's a 10 out of 10. It's 100 out of 100. What do numbers mean? Because I'm saying nothing but positive things about the show right now. So why do I even bother? Hey, Eric, did you see that episode? I sure didn't, but I bet it's great because they're all great. And I never say anything negative about anything.
Okay, final one. Run, Iris, run. Go.
The best thing about this episode was the fact that Iris was the hero and Barry wasn't. But I still love Barry. Wait a minute. I can't say that because I have to say positive stuff about everybody. So I loved Iris about the episode, and Barry was great in his support role as the non-Flash. His lightning bolt disappeared, and his power was moving at normal speed. It was amazing. I've never seen a character with so much power move at normal speed. And the fact that every single scene was a speech. And you know what? Iris learned how to use all of her powers immediately. How cool is that? It was so cool. And guess what? Her suit was a setup for her daughter, Nora, later on. Guys, it's so amazing. I can't handle it. It's so great. It's so perfect.
I think I might have sent Eric into some sort of cataclysmic aneurysm or something. I'm not too sure what happened there.
I mean, when people say stuff like that to me, like not just Kenny, but when people say those kinds of things to me, that's how I feel. Like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just sit here and be like not say any criticism or critiques or nitpicks or anything?
Like, chill out.
Why would you watch a video like that? Who would want to see that? Who would want to watch that? No one. No one wants to see that. You don't come to someone's channel and to sit there and watch. It was perfect. I loved every moment of it. It was great.
Wait, hold on.
10 out of 10.
Wait, no, hold on. That's a bit rude, Eric. You impersonating Ben, aka the DC TV show? Look, I think that's unfair to impersonate someone when they're not here. That's a bit rude.
Mike Coran with the $2 super chat. Let's get a chalk rant. Do you mean chalk or chalk? Chalk.
Maybe both.
I don't have any chalk nearby.
That's good. That'd be a bit weird if you did. Be a bit concerned, to be completely honest.
Oh, so look, here's Kenny. This is mixed signals, Kenny. Mixed signals. Eric and Paige, y'all all be positive about the Arrowverse and about Supergirl. Well, you know what, Kenny? That's why they're opinions and we're different people. But that's why. Like, I don't ever expect people to hate the stuff that I hate or necessarily like the stuff that I like. If we go to a restaurant and you love pepperoni pizza and I order cheese, am I getting kicked out? Like, you don't like pepperoni? Oh my God, you can't be here. You have to like everything that I like. Who does that? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
I was jumping off the building to save Barry. That was so great. Did you see that? Guys, did you see when Iris jumped off the building to save Barry? It was so perfect.
These clips may be taken out of context and put on Twitter.
It was so I could not wait. I could not wait for her to. I mean, like the energy that Iris had in that scene was magnificent. It was perfection.
Oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. It's me, Harry Potter, with another Hogwarts spell review. Today, Wingardium Leviosa. Oh no, Quidditch practice.
Look, Latricia with the $1 super chat. That was hilarious. Thank you so much. Look at this here. Love y'all talking about Iris every chance y'all get. Like, shush. Again, different.
Are we talking about Iris?
Different opinions. Different people. Different opinions.
When are we talking about Iris?
I think she's like basically being funny about how the episodes of Iris we were just talking about is what she's saying.
Oh, well, no, I was just bringing that because we were talking about the worst reviewed things on IMDb, and those are the episodes. I said in a row. Yeah. Yes,
those are not our choices. They're IMDb.
It's not much IMDb. If you're going to blame anyone, go to IMDb because it's right there.
Naruto0076 $2 super chat. Arrow season 4. I don't know if I can muster the energy to do Arrow season 4. Damien Dark, best villain ever.
No, you got to talk about You Have Failed This Omelet. Scene breakdown. Positive universe.
That can't happen. Can't happen. Alex Alexander, $2 super chat. I had to deal with Titan stands yesterday. Yeah, they're around. They're around.
Surprisingly, they exist.
Oh, DC Prime TV with 19 super chat. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, quit it, Paquis.
I can't do it. Oh, geez. I clicked that and I didn't even read it yet. Oh, let me.
Well, there's the diss track for the stream.
Hey, what's up?
Honestly, that is in context to a lot of things. I could have said many different things, and that would have been the answer to a lot of them.
I'm not commenting on this at all. Like, not at all.
Boba's Discord is full of. You can fill in the blanks. They'll probably all be correct.
DeAndre Elliott, $2 super chat. You should do a video from the positive universe. It would be so weird, honestly. To do.
Hold on. I'm just trying to think how you could dress up in that video.
I don't know. I don't know how I could do it.
You know what? Eric shaves the beard.
Oh,
hold on. Are we doing a charity stream? End of stream. Eric shaves the beard if we reach a certain goal. The charity in question is Eric's face post beard.
Let's see. Can you write a "Daddy Likes the Metal" song? No. What's that? The meme with Bugs Bunny? He's like, no.
Oh yeah, he's like, no.
Yeah, but no.
You know what the funniest one is? I don't know. Is this one in America? I don't know if it is. Where you go, let's not and say we did.
Yeah. Tom, Eric, why are you never active on Discord? Am I never active on Discord? Or is it all an illusion?
Discords are just an ass to be active. I hate it. It needs to look better. It's disgusting to look at.
Quindolin. You can't always be positive about Arrowverse when it's bad. You have to acknowledge it. Doesn't make you less of a fan for doing so. Absolutely. Look, so all jokes aside, guys, look, we've been having fun, right? I'm never going to tell people what they can like or what they can't like. I may say something isn't good to me or something isn't something that I enjoy, but I don't care if you like something and I don't, guess what? That's fine. I don't really care about it. So my opinion is not to sway you to dislike something. My opinion is not to make you change your mind. I'm simply presenting my point of view, and then you can do with that however you like. If you agree with me, that's fine. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I don't actually have an issue with that. So I totally agree with this. This is 100% like the way I feel about it. So yeah, thank you for the super chat.
Dive on the main.
Beard. Pagey shows his real face. Oh.
Hello. You're looking at it.
Pagey is a banana.
I'm a banana with a gun. Don't cross me, otherwise you will get split.
Farzad. Oh my God. Post beard Eric would be crazy. It would be crazy. And yeah.
Actually, what about Eric with just the mustache? Uh-oh.
Can you see it? Is that working?
Handlebars. We want handlebars. That's what we want.
Roll it up like this, like
Dick Dastardly or something like that.
Stay right now. Like, no, I can't do it. I have to actually like scale it up or something like that. So, all right. Well, look, this is crazy. I have to get out of here. We've gone on for an hour and 43 minutes. Oh, we've got a super chat though. Alvarado Road Productions. It's a production company with a $2 super chat. Best part of Crisis was the music. Thoughts? Wait, the music. Was there something music wise that I missed on Crisis? I don't
like the score.
I mean, it probably was good. I don't remember much of it because honestly, on TV shows, I very rarely pay attention to the score unless it's a song that's blaring lyrics over a scene where people are talking, and then I'm like, I don't like that at all. So I don't know. I have to go back and listen to it, but I mean, if you say it is, I will trust your opinion on that. So anyway, we're getting out of here, you guys. This is going to be live to watch back soon. If you didn't see it yet, my reviews for Batwoman, Supergirl finale are both up. My Legends review is up, and my Stargirl review is up, and a Batwoman video is up. I have like 5 videos in 3 days. That's crazy.
Talk about clickbait.
Yikes, too much. So anyway, I'm out of here. We will catch you guys next week on the after. We might have more crazy news. We might get something big.
If we base it off this week, next week's going to be like Grant Gustin grows a second head, and Eric's suspicious mustache, which looks like a certain German dictator, and and welcome to the last piece of Newsbeat. Probably get the world ending. Green Arrow and the Canaries picked up. That'll probably be the last news story. There we go. Honestly, Eric might not even stream. If we get all that news coming in.
I may not, but actually I will. So we'll see you guys next week. But thank you so much for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Team Airrick members, for the subscribers in that service. If you guys are interested, hit the join button and check it out. There's some videos on there, exclusives and early access. And anyway, so look, Rival Flash. I'm going to go look now. Did y'all see the shade that some CW writers were tweeting at Ruby today?
If you have Twitter, link them to me and Eric.
Yeah. Wait. Tom with a last minute Australian diggery-do of $5.
Dollary-do, you absolute idiot.
I'm trying to be, what is it, like put prawns on the Barbie? Is that what it is?
Well, you've said it correctly because it's not shrimp, it is prawns.
Isn't it good they didn't make Kate Australia so the new actor doesn't have to? Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for the
because at least we wouldn't have someone trying to impersonate an Australian accent, because usually that doesn't work well.
Triggered, Pagey. Triggered. Melissa Benoist cast as Iris West in the Flash movie. Triggered.
Not really. Wouldn't really care. Apparently this new Iris West is just a supporting character, not even a main. So they've downgraded her.
We're still up in this. All right, I'm out. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. In broadcast, we're done.